welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So in today's video, we're going to do the weekly tarot reading for November 30th through December 6th for all the water signs. So that would be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So let's see what's going on for all you water signs for this upcoming week. And I want to thank all my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing and supporting the channel. And if you're not yet a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that button so that you get future videos I put out. I do these weekly element readings every Friday. They come out, and then I do a general collective weekly on Saturday. But I also want to let you know that I am going to be doing the 2026 kind of energy update for next year, to kind of give us a peek into what's going on for our energies for next year. And I hope to get those out probably like the first 2 weeks of December. I'm going to try to get that out towards early December. So just want to let you know that's coming. And please hit that like button so that this video will go out to other water signs that need to see it. And when you hit the like button, it helps the channel to grow as well and helps to get the video out to other people. So please hit that like button. I would appreciate it. And take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, because it might resonate with you. It might not. There'll be a lot of water signs watching this, and everyone's kind of in a different place in their situation. So it might resonate, might not. So, what is the energy for water signs for the week of November 30th through December 6th, 2026 or 2025? What is the energy for water signs the upcoming week, November 30th through December 6th, 2025? All right, let's see what's going on. Happy December to everyone. It's already coming into December. So we've got the Four of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords, okay, the Lovers, and the Queen of Wands. Lots of queens going on here. Okay, so coming into November 30th, you have finished up a cycle. And I'm feeling like you already have finished it up, or if it hasn't quite finished, it's like on the very tail end and it's getting ready to be finished. But you're coming up with finishing up a cycle. And it's been like, oh, I'm hearing it's been a long slog through it. It's kind of like you feel like it took forever, to get through this cycle. It was a long slog. It took a long time. And there's definitely a sense of, you were exhausted with it and overburdened. Because if you look at this picture, he's pushing into these wands and he's trying to move them. And he's really pushing into it, but he's not really moving. And yeah, I feel like it was kind of a rough cycle that you just finished up. But I feel like you're glad to be done with it. But what's interesting is that cycles ended. It's been a long slog, and it was kind of like, you know, not fun to deal with, right? Exhausting and overwhelming. But there's some information that you don't know about that I'm hearing has to do with that or pertaining to the cycle that ended. Somehow it's related to it, but there's information that you don't know about yet. And in your situation, you're kind of like in this in between time, because it's like the cycle has ended that I was talking about, or is ending, and it might not be completely over yet. Like that cycle might not be completely finished, but it's like, almost finished. But there might be some information yet that you don't know about that cycle pertaining to that you haven't heard yet, or you don't know about yet, especially if it's not quite all the way finished. But it's like you're in this in between. It's kind of like you're juggling the ending of this cycle and getting ready to go into a new cycle. But you're not quite, like, the new cycle hasn't started yet. You're kind of like in this in between place, kind of juggling both. But you really are in your heart center. You're in this Queen of Cups energy. Now, this, Queen Cups is water, water, and you're a water sign. So it's kind of like you're into your feels, is what I'm hearing. You're into your feels. You're into your heart chakra. You're connecting in with your heart center. And I feel like this is like about a love situation. Like maybe you ended a past love relationship that wasn't good for you. And it was a long slog. Like it took a long time to get out of that situation. And there's still, and it's like there's still information that you don't know about, that's hidden information that you're either dealing with now or you're going to deal with it. But you're kind of, it could be that you're in this in between place of finishing up that cycle, of it being completely finished and moving forward. But whatever this is, it's like now you're in this heart space. You're in your feels. Like you feel, you feel like you can connect to your heart again, connect to your heart center. And it could very well be, yeah, it could very well be love. Like I'm feeling like this is a love situation. So I've got the Queen of Swords here for your near future. Because before we get into that, though, this is your current energy, water signs. This is what's currently happening for this week coming in, as you can see it. Okay, that's what's currently happening. But I feel like, in the near future, I've got the Queen of Swords for you. And it could be that this missing information that you don't know about puts you in this Queen of Swords energy when you find out about it. Or you could be, even though you're in your heart center, it could be like you're a little bit in that Queen of Swords energy. But I feel like, let me do two clarifiers on that one. Queen of Swords, water signs in the near future. Why is it in the near future? Two clarifiers, please. Thank you. Okay. Okay, interesting. So it's like in the near future, and I think like this has to go into, I think this is about your new cycle that you're trying to start. Because you're like currently you're in this in between time, but you're getting ready to start that new cycle. And I think that even though you're in your heart center because that old cycle has ended and you're getting ready to go into that new cycle, it's kind of like I'm hearing like you mean business. So you might be in this Queen of Swords energy because you're working hard. You've planted some pentacles, you've planted some things, and you're kind of waiting for your hard work to pay off, to grow. And it could be with a relationship, it could be a job situation, or say maybe you're trying to regrow your pentacles because that like maybe the old cycle, you lost some, like financial stability, or you lost something with the closing out of that cycle. And so you're trying to rebuild your finances or rebuild your pentacles, and you've been working on it and planting your pentacles, and you see he's hanging out on his rod there, his little hoe, and he's looking at them. So he's waiting, he's already done the work, he's already planted it, but he's kind of waiting for it to grow. And I feel like, you're like, 70% to your goal with that, but you're trying to you're watching it grow, like you're watching your hard work pay off now. And this is in the near future, so this hasn't happened yet. So maybe you're still working on these pentacles, working on that. And it could have something to do with this missing information. It's like maybe when you closed out that old cycle, you found out some information that was hidden that you didn't know about, and it's affecting you financially. And even though you're in this Queen of Cups energy, like in your heart center, like you're happy to get out of that cycle and you feel like your heart's free now, like you feel you're happy to be out of that cycle and getting into your feels, it could be like in the near future with that information that comes out that you didn't know about. Now it's like you're kind of working on, taking care of business, so to speak, working on your pentacles and trying to rebuild. And it's causing some unnecessary worry and concern for you. So whatever this missing information is, I feel like it's something that, you feel like it's going to burden you in some way. And it could very well be financial, especially if you're dealing with like a divorce situation or end of a relationship from the past. Yeah. So I feel like you're trying to rebound from that. What if there's loss involved or whatever that information is? You're trying to like rebuild from it. You've planted the seeds and now you're getting ready. And you're in this and I don't feel like you're in the Queen of Swords energy, like you're turned your heart off or anything like that. I don't feel like it's the negative archetype of it. I feel it's like you just mean business. Like you're being protective of yourself because you see she's got her sword in front of her. She's being protective and she just means business and she knows that she needs to like work on recovering from whatever that information was. And this is in the near future. So I feel like you haven't quite reached that stage yet, but it is going to give you some necessary worry and concern. It's going to make you keep you up at night sometimes, give you anxiety and worry, but you don't need to worry because it's unnecessary worry and concern. So it's kind of like everything's going to work out, but you don't see that at the moment. And I do feel like, here, let me get some clarifiers on these because I got some advice cards. Let me do clarifier for Queen of Wands, clarifier for Queen of Wands, water sign for advice. Two, please. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so and your advice cards I had was the Lovers and the Queen of Wands. So I pulled some extra cards about this Queen of Wands because I wanted to make sure that I was on the right track with it. But for I do feel like, this was a love relationship and it's like that you're getting out of. And from what I'm seeing from these advice cards, it's like I feel like I'm tapping into like a masculine energy here. And I feel like I feel like if you're a masculine, you're going towards a Queen of Wands energy. And I guess it could be, it could be same sex energy. It doesn't, it's just the energy. But I feel like I'm tapping more into a masculine energy that's gotten out of this relationship. And my nose is itching. So looks like I'm on the right track with that. But I feel like this is who you want to be with. Like you ended an old relationship that has been negative and toxic, and it was no longer in alignment with you. And you knew, like intuitively, it was time to leave that relationship. And you want to start a new relationship with a Queen of Wands, was what I'm hearing. It's like there's a Queen of Wands, like you love this other person, and that's who you want to be with. And that's why, like the ending of the relationship, it's opened up your heart chakra because now it's like you feel like you're free to love something, like you really want the way you really want to. But you're still dealing with, you know, that information that you didn't know about. You're still dealing with this and building up your watching your hard work grow, trying to restabilize in the near future. But I feel like this is your past person that you ended the cycle with. It's like she was an empress, but there's a lot of contention there. And the advice is it's like, even though the cycle has come to an end, you might not be completely out of the situation. You might be at the very tail end of it. Um, and it's like the person from your past is causing a lot of like contention and toxic. Like there's a lot of drama and chaos. So, like that person's still causing a lot of issues trying to close everything out. And I have a feeling that past person has something to do with that information that you didn't know about. Now, usually the Empress is a good card, and it's like that's a good energy, and she's like, all four queens put together. But because it came out with this card, that's telling me that it's like a negative interpretation of the archetype of Empress. So it could be somebody that's like bossy. She wants to control everything. She's kind of a contentious person. So it's kind of like, a negative version of the Empress, so to speak. And I feel like I'm hearing materialistic, like very kind of like into nice, like wants a lot of bling, kind of materialistic type of person, kind of bossy and controlling. And so she's causing, because I really feel like I'm dealing with a male, like a masculine energy here. But it's like she's causing a lot of issues. Like you're trying to close this out and you're like the very tail end, like it's already over, or you're at the very tail end of the cycle being over, but it's like stuff happens, like information comes out that you have to deal with about this past person, and it's like contentious, like she's being contentious about closing everything out. She's not moving, like she's not just going with the flow about it. She's causing issues, and it's causing you, like you've had to work and plant more pentacles for yourself, and it is causing unnecessary worry and concern for you in the near future. So in the near future, you kind of have to like get into that Queen of Swords energy and kind of protect yourself, because you're dealing with this like chaotic, you know, toxic type energy, and you're trying to, like I said, rebuild yourself. But I mean, this is kind of a deep deep like reading, but I do feel it's love related. And I do feel like I'm talking to, masculine. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be, but that's what I'm kind of picking up on. But that's what I have for you, water signs. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.